Guys, the major religions don't always agree on a lot of things, but one of the things that they do seem to agree on is that shit happens. And they're right, shit's always going to happen. However, so there's not much we can do about that, but there is something that we can do about how we respond to stuff that happens to us. And I'm learning that, again, nervous system regulation is the key to our contentment, our success, our health in so many different ways. So, stuff happens to you. You can respond, you can react. Crucial difference between the two. And it's also the difference between whether your sympathetic nervous system or your parasympathetic nervous system is dominant at the time. When your sympathetic nervous system is dominant, you're in what's known as fight or flight mode. The areas of your brain concerned with looking for threats, looking for danger, looking for trouble are on high alert, right? And the areas of your brain that are looking for your truth have literally less blood flow going to them. So we think that our response to, we get stressed, right? We get worried, we get stressed, we get anxiety, and we seem to think that the way to deal with the stress or the anxiety is to address the conscious, what we can perceive with our senses or understand with our mind, right? So you can work on your stress. You can, and some of these things do help. Let's make no mistake, right? So you can work on breath work, meditation. You can calm yourself to some degree from that. But the big insight, I think, is that stress it's like the bit of the iceberg that you can see above the water, which is only, 10-20% of the iceberg, right? The majority of the iceberg is hanging around under the surface. You can't actually see it. And that is the case when we're talking about stress and anxiety and these things that trigger your reaction instead of your conscious, positive human response. So what we need to do is we need to address what's below the surface. Now, what's below the surface is your nervous state, which is influenced by outside things as well, right? So it is influenced by all the stresses of modern life, money, bills, relationships, all that bullshit that goes on with modern life. And there's not an awful lot that you can do about that, right? You might win the lottery and that might help, okay? But that's the point. Those things are kind of above the surface, right? You can change your nervous system state, right? One way to do it is to spend your days chilling in the forest bathing, getting massage, meditating, doing breath, all that kind of thing, right? You can spend the majority of your time doing that to keep into that state. Or the one hack that I know of is to take the matured hops extract, which I do twice a day. I've kind of settled on twice a day. I was taking it 5 times a day when I had that gout attack last week. May have helped, but I think twice a day for me is the sweet spot. So I take it first thing in the morning and I take it around tea time as well. And what it does is it knocks you out of that thing. It knocks you out of the sympathetic fight or flight, knocks you into rest and digest and repair and heal. So if you are suffering from chronic health issues, this is, for me, that is the first thing that I would do, is that I would get on this a couple of times a day. But also, if you're feeling like you are suffering at the effect of shit that is happening in your life, I cannot tell you, I from personal experience, this is the difference. It's like a feeling almost like, when Neo realizes he can stop the bullets, right? This stuff other people's thoughts, other people's views, your reputation, all this, it's all out there, right? It's not within your dance space. It is not you. And the difference when your nervous system isn't set to looking for things to be scared of, then my goodness, the difference is night and day. So if it feels like your life is being run through fears, right? This, I believe, is miraculous. I think it is a godsend. I think it is the antidote to the stresses of modern life. And yes, I am in full contact with the steering wheel when I'm doing this, but thank you, Mum, for your guidance here. It is the antidote to the stresses of modern life. Try it for 2 months. It could change your life. Okay? So if you want to know more about it, just drop me a comment. I would love to help you. I've done a 35-minute presentation that explains exactly what it is, how it works, and hints at what it could do for you. We are not allowed to make any promises. It is not meant to diagnose, treat, heal, reverse any medical condition. I have to say that. But one-on-one, I can tell you a lot more. I'm very happy to jump on a call anytime. Have a wonderful day. See you later.